What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again with a brand new Diecast haul. Now, technically, this is the first Diecast haul of 2026. I've actually had this box for a couple of weeks, right? So it's kind of I guess you could say partially the last haul of 2025, but technically it's being filmed in 2026. Anyways, I digress. So we got a brand new Diecast haul here in the studio. I am excited to open it up. Let's go ahead and do so, fellas. How y'all doing out there? Hope you're having a jolly good time here in the last month of the off season. Crazy already. Like it literally just feels like the season just ended. You know, Larson just won the championship, and now I'm like, the first NASCAR practice is this month, like 4 weeks from now or something. It's just it's mind blowing how fast the off season goes. I remember when I was a kid, and it felt like the off season might as well have been 7 months. Now it feels like a month and a half. It's wild how time works. Anyways, so we got the box open here, guys. Let's see what we have in store. Oh, this is a good one. Check this one out. Shane Van Gisbergen in the Safety Culture Chevrolet. Now, I'm kind of surprised this one released so late. This was ran a lot of times in 2025, if my memory is correct. And for the fact that this one released late 2025, I found that a little bit interesting. Maybe they made some changes to it, perhaps making sure they got the accurate, the Red Bull headlight strip. That might have been something. I have no idea, but I digress. That is a beautiful, beautiful paint scheme right there, fellas. Can't wait to do a diecast review on it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so, fellas. We're on our way to hopefully hitting 10,000 subscribers. And man, trying to do reviews on all these diecasts for y'all. So make sure to tap in, fellas. So check this one out right here. This is a cool one. Look, I love the crossover between different sports, right? You'll see like football paint schemes or basketball paint schemes. Check this one out. We have Shaq on the Carvana paint scheme. This is officially called the Carvana Shaq paint scheme. It has a little Shaq logo. He's dunking or something there. That is freaking dope. So the whole paint scheme has this very interesting, almost like a carbon fiber texture to the car. Shades of that Kevin Harvick paint scheme from 2019, I think it was. He ran the Daytona 500. But that is really freaking cool. I like that. So another unique Jimmy Johnson paint scheme. There's been so many 164s that have came out the last month and a half. I mean, it's ridiculous. There might as well be 40 different 164s. And that's just 2025. I mean, you think about 2026, the new MOQ. It's going to be crazy how many potential 164s could be releasing. This one right here is one of my favorite paint schemes of 2025. I mean, just look how cool this freaking paint scheme is, bro. You have the bright green to it, a little bit of Bobby Labonte vibes, a little bit. And then you have the chrome outlining to the number. This thing is absolutely incredible. There's just so much detail around the paint scheme. You have the green spoiler to it. Low-key, that might be one of my favorite paint schemes of the year. Like, I like a lot of the paint schemes, but that one might be closer to the top 5. I love green race cars. Definitely gives me some Kyle Busch vibes as well. This is speaking, Kyle Busch, Busch Light. How about this one right here? I feel like it's been a while since we've had a Bubba Wallace diecast release. Check this one out. U.S. Air Force Toyota Camry for 2311 Racing. This one is freaking cool. So it's like a stealth matte finish to it. You have like a dark gray and then an even darker shade of gray. You have like a wing design here. Beautiful looking paint scheme, man. You got the chrome outlining to the door number. That's going to be a fun diecast review right there. That is one of the more modern, sleek style paint schemes. Now, there's something in this box that no one's going to expect, okay? It's probably the most random diecast release maybe ever. I mean, I'm not even going to hold you. It might be the most random one ever. I'll be showing that hopefully a little bit later in this box. Here's a Noah Gragson Royal King Ford Mustang. Now, this is one of the multitude of alternate paint schemes Noah Gragson has had in 2025. That's a cool looking car right there. It still reminds me of Stuart Haas Racing, the number 4 car, Ford Mustang, but no, it's FRM, and that is awesome right there. Noah Gragson getting a alternate paint scheme released. Again, 2026, if they don't change, the MOQ again or something, expect almost every alternate paint scheme to have a high chance of getting produced. I mean, it's going to be bananas. So hopefully that holds true. And this is the one I wanted to talk about. This is by far the most random diecast release I have ever seen, and it's not even close. It's insane. Check this out. This is a 1995 Terry Labonte DuPont Richmond Raced Win truck diecast. This is the original Action Winter Circle casting, I believe, and I think they retooled it, or perhaps they made a brand new casting for this. I don't know. But regardless, a NASCAR Classics version for one of the truck diecasts from, I want to say, the inaugural truck season in 1995, back when it was called the Super Truck Series. And when I saw this on pre-orders, I'm like, you're kidding. This is crazy. And the fact that they actually made this is so freaking cool. It's the Jeff Gordon livery. You have the beautiful day glow. You have the metallic blue. But it's Terry Labonte's one and only truck win, I believe. I don't know for sure if this is the original casting they used back in the 1990s. They had Racing Champions. I think Action Winter Circle did make some trucks, perhaps Revell. But regardless, that one is going to be one of the coolest diecast reviews we've ever done. It's the most random 164 release I've ever seen. It's so random. It's freaking awesome. So make sure to tap in and get it while you can. I have no idea how many they're making. Of course, you can pick these up at Circle B Diecast. Use promo code if you'd like. Diecastbuffet. That one might be already out of stock by the time you're checking them out. Here's another Noah Gragson alternate paint scheme here. This is a cool one. Again, I like the green race cars. You have the B Ford Mustang, another one of those alternate paint schemes for FRM. Fantastic looking paint scheme here. He ran some of their paint schemes in 2024, but it was with Stewart Haas Racing. Unfortunately, they didn't get made. So, two alternate paint schemes for Noah Gragson. That is freaking cool. And I think we got one more diecast here in the box. Let's see what it is. It is a Daniel Suarez, and wow, this car looks cool. Check this one out. This is the Telcel Chevrolet. This thing is freaking cool. I like the blue and the white. You have the chrome outlining to the door numbers. I want to say this ran at the Mexico City race. I could be tripping on that. Regardless, this thing is so cool, dude. You have a matte finish to it. You have the bright blue, a lot of gradients and transitions. Very sharp looking modern paint scheme. Trackhouse always delivers with their livery department. There's something else in there too. Free diecast. So shout out to Circle B for sending that in. That is freaking awesome. Let's go ahead and recap this diecast haul and get the studio cleaned up. All right, folks, so the studio is cleaned up. I did notice this at the bottom of the box. How about this? Shout out to Circle B Diecast. Again, I mentioned I had this box for a couple of weeks now, so that's really cool. They sent in the little card deal. That is really cool. So massive W to Circle B. For sending that in. So fantastic stuff. Again, there's so many other 164s that have dropped recently. So I imagine some of them are probably out of stock. And that's probably a good segue for 2026 diecast collecting, with it being the new year. One point of advice I would give people is that with the MOQ being lower on the diecast from 2,500 to 1,500, things are going to sell out a lot faster. So if there was ever a year to kind of learn how the pre-order system works, this is going to be the year for it, because you're probably going to experience this where there's going to be a car you want. You're like, okay, they're going to make plenty of it. And then by the time you go to order it, it's already out of stock. So what I would do is I would try to get used to the pre-order system. If you're new around the channel, again, we've had a lot of new subscribers. So shout out to y'all. Appreciate that. The way that pre-order system works at Circle B is very simple. You pick the cars you want. You check out with it. They don't charge you until the diecast actually arrives at their warehouse and they go to ship it. So you can pre-order the first diecast of 2026, the first pre-order offered this year, and it might not ship for 5 months, right? Because they pre-order it, and they whatever, they get all the pre-orders, they get the number of them produced, and then they have to ship it and all that stuff. My point is, they don't charge it till it ships, but what it does is it guarantees you the car you want. So I think with the MOQ being much lower, you're going to see a lot more cars selling out, simply because there's just 1,000 less being produced, most likely, for a lot of these paint schemes. So that's something to kind of bear in mind going forward, especially for a really popular driver's alternate paint scheme. the sponsor might only order 1,500 of them. They might not order a single one over that. So it could sell out a lot faster. So that's something to bear in mind for 2026. So I want to say thank y'all so much for watching the video. We got a bunch of great diecasts to review here. I still got a bunch of them that from the last diecast haul we got to tap into and get those reviewed. I still can't believe they made that circular body truck. That has got to be one of the most bananas diecasts I've ever seen. And now I'm contemplating, like, do I want to, like, display this diecast with the rest of my trucks, because all that I have are from 2018 to present day, now 2026. So I'm kind of like, do I want to, display it or in that collection case, or do I want to put it in a different one? I have no idea, but it's so cool, and this opens up the potential for more classic truck diecasts get made. I tell you what, look. I would love to see some more of them made. I think that would be really cool. There are so many great truck paint schemes from the years. And the thing is, when they were originally produced, they were usually with Racing Champions or these other diecast molds that were not that great. This was, mid to late 90s. They were still figuring things out. So if they went back and remade some, that would be incredible, because this is on the Silverado mold. This is not not a generic one that we see currently with the modern day truck diecast. So remarkable stuff. Thank you again for watching the video. Have a blessed one, everybody. DB signing off.